What's up, everybody? Tyson Roush. Let's talk Jets. Hope everybody's having an excellent weekend. It has been hot and sunny in New Jersey. First off, thank you to everybody that's been stopping by and saying hi at the practices. We definitely appreciate it. For the regular season home opener, we will be at J21 and a lot there. If you want to stop by and say hi, great. If you want to park in that area and hang out with us, go for it. We're completely down for that. The joint practices and the reactions from the joint practices are very, very interesting. And I'll say this because for a long time, we were saying these practices against the Falcons were a good litmus test to where the Jets were at. A lot of that focus on Zach Wilson, but also for the rest of the team as well. So now, after 2 days where the results were promising, now it's like, well, the Jets only practice against the Falcons. I mean, the Jets used to be only the Jets. So for me, this is a lot of progress from a young team. And I think people forget that. Like, Saleh and Joe Douglas inherited a barren roster and a very young team, and they're building it piece by piece. So to discount the fact they're finally adding playmakers on both sides of the ball, to me is ridiculous. If the team's showing legitimate progress, I honestly don't care who's on the other side of the ball. It's a good sign for the Jets that they're growing and developing. So on offense and defense, I'll go through both. On Saturday, I actually watched the defense. Kevin did the offense. Kevin's doing a phenomenal job with getting all the videos and checking out all the offensive side of the ball. I was really interested to see how this team was going to react, because for a long time, the Jets defense always got pushed around. They kind of lacked intensity. We saw it last year. They would sleepwalk, and then you figure you're playing the AFC North this year, which you're starting off with that at least. So you got to match that intensity. You got to match that physicality. And I was really encouraged early on with going against the Falcons, where it was like the Jets, they had like a little chip on their shoulder. They were feisty. Quan Alexander, very, very vocal. C.J. Mosley, Jermaine Johnson, Vinny Curry, all these guys. I mean, they were getting after it. They had like a sense of pride about their defense. They didn't want to get, exposed. They didn't want to get, beat in front of their fans. But they were flying around a lot more. They had a lot more passion. And it was just encouraging to see. Definitely a lot more speed. It was interesting to see how the young corners, when they got beat, how quickly they were coached up. Like, the one route was directly in front of me when Sauce Gardner got beat by Kyle Pitts. Immediately went to the sideline, and it was coach. He went up to the coach, and they're breaking down X's and O's. The one play Isaiah Dunn got beat pretty bad. Saleh was right up next to him, and they're coached up instantaneously. But it was the players that wanted the coaching. Like, a lot of times, well, not a lot of times, but usually there's times where players make mistakes to kind of walk up to the sideline and hide. These guys, they want feedback. And then you see guys like DJ Reed and Jordan Whitehead giving feedback. There's a lot of communication, which to me was really encouraging. And obviously, they had a lot of sacks, but they're not hitting the quarterback. Carl Lawson looked ridiculously explosive. Michael Clements, it's just a lot of encouraging signs. On the offensive side of the ball, it's like you're starting to see all the explosiveness the offense can have with all these dynamic guys. Like Elijah Moore, year 2, is on pace to have a big breakout where in space, he's very, very dangerous. Garrett Wilson, great route runner, great hands, shiftiness, elusiveness. And then you add in a guy like Breece Hall out of the backfield. These are young core building blocks that you can build your offense around. And Joe Flacco is like the calm veteran that kind of sits back and just spreads the ball around and gets everybody going. Then you factor in, you have tight ends that are making plays now. Conklin's been incredible. Lawrence Cager, slowly but surely, is coming on, making a case for himself. You have Uzuma, you have Ruckert. So it's like, to hear some of the feedback from, outsiders covering the Jets, it's just weird because finally the team is building the right way. Now, it's not going to be perfect all the time, and there's a long way to go. I mean, I'm still saying 6 or 7 wins this year, maybe 8 wins. I'm not saying playoffs. But from where the Jets started to where they're at, it's encouraging, and it's progress, and that's all you could ask for right now. Now, to me, Monday night, I wouldn't play the starters. They got good reps the last 2 days, a lot of intensity. You've already seen it. I'd rest the starters Monday night. I wouldn't play them. Then the third preseason game, if you want to play them for a quarter, whatever you want, that's great. But there's a lot of really good things going on here. The next piece of the puzzle is getting Dwayne Brown in the mix and getting this offensive line time to gel. And that's probably the biggest story right now as we move forward is offensive line, get them all in sync, kind of clear up any kind of communication issues, get all your signals in place, and then get ready for week 1, which is, believe it or not, it's flying, man. The whole summer is flying by in general, but you're only, 2 weeks away from Labor Day weekend. So it's exciting times. I'm really encouraged. The other thing I noticed, too, was the tempo was a lot better. Like, I was by the Falcons side where they warmed up and they got ready on Saturday morning, and they have a pretty intense warm-up. They do a lot of sleds. They do a lot of contact. So I was like, man, the Jets don't usually do that. They do different drills, but the Jets, they matched up. That's definitely an encouraging sign. And you could definitely see the improved team speed too. So tomorrow, I think they're off tomorrow, and then the game on Monday. So we'll be live streaming that, and then we'll go from there. I'll talk to you later.